And it's interesting how straight away anybody in the manosphere will say, like, if a woman marries somebody who's toxic or abusive, that she is the one that effed up. Okay, but they don't say that to the men. Okay, it's like you've got to be sympathetic to the men, or you've got to deflect. If it's a woman who says that she's been abused by a man, then you have to deflect blame onto the woman, because that's meant to somehow make it sound like the abuser's not so bad. Okay, but there's this sort of always this attitude of like, the men can never do anything wrong. It's always the woman who's the illogical, irrational one. It's always women that treat men badly. In every relationship that happens that goes wrong, it's always the woman's fault. And there's that sort of like that attitude throughout the red pill manosphere, Christian conservatives. And, you know, as I've shown before, like, on my channel, I mean, I've talked about this before on my channel, like, even some of the Christian conservatives from the Whatever podcast actually sat there and said that if a woman's, like, been beaten up, she should still stay in a relationship and put up with it.
If there's someone that's very, very young and goes into a marriage and has kids when they're like 18, 19, 20, a year into the relationship, it gets really, really abusive. Even though it might be rare from what you guys think. If it would happen, what would you recommend for those people? Would they divorce, or do you want them to keep going in a relationship?
You can't divorce. That's not a real thing.
Even though it might be like physically abusive?
Because you gotta endure. People are too...
You want to stick in a relationship?
People nowadays are just...
For anyone that might be in that situation, what would you recommend?
Okay, endure. Endure. It is such an extreme example that I can't give a prescription for what other people should do.
What about if two people get married, had a kid, and then the wife starts cheating? Do you think they should divorce?
Jesus himself said in cases of adultery, divorce is...
Do you think that divorce is worse than physical abuse?
For the children?
You think that cheating is worse than physical abuse?
For the children, yes. No, I think I'm not going to say divorce. Divorce is worse for the children.
So that is the lack of empathy that you get for women throughout all of these communities, throughout the manosphere, okay? And you can say hashtag not all, but it's a lot of them, okay?